Hello. Today on the channel a new heading world, waste into income, which we'll talk about, people and companies that turn ordinary waste into products that people need. The first trip to Africa, to Kenya, where they learn to make bricks from waste, plastic. In front of you is molten plastic mixed with sand. It certainly does not look very aesthetically pleasing, but it is very, visually, when the hydraulic press compresses it to the desired shape, it becomes solid, like concrete. A company from Nairobi wants to lay out these plastic brick streets of Kenya's capital. This raises the question of whether they can be a solution for countries where 90% of the roads have never been paved. In fact, is it really a good idea to build plastic trash roads? You can try to find out if you go to Nairobi and meet a young inventor engineer, Nzambi Mati, who set up the production of bricks from plastic waste. Nzambi opened her company Genge Makers in 2018. Genge is a Swahili word translated as build yourself. Plastic does not sink, and this intrigued Nzambi as a materials scientist. At first she decided to do it out of curiosity, to see how it all works because she saw a lot of examples, plastic production in other countries. She then designed machines that would allow mass production of bricks. Having made one brick, the workers proceeded to mass production. The factory recycles 3 of the 7 types of disposable plastic. Here, to the right of Nzambi is hard plastic, and to the left, soft plastic. Kenya has one of the toughest bans in the world for plastic bags. But bottles and other plastic containers can still be found everywhere. They clog sewers, pollute rivers and feed for animals. In this workshop, workers sort plastic. They can process about 10 tons of plastic per month. Garbage. First of all, rubble must be removed from the garbage and metals. And then, according to Nzambi, to make a brick out of plastic, it's as simple as baking cookies. This worker operates a crusher that crushes plastic into small pieces. The rest of the workers rake the dry mix with a shovel. At this stage, depending on the desired color, into the mixture, you can add color pigment. After that, the mixture is fed into the extruder. This machine heats up a mixture of plastic and sand until it is soft enough to mold. Nzambi likes this process very much. She is proud that she invented all this equipment herself. The temperature in the car ranges from 300 to 400 degrees Celsius. As a result of heating the plastic and sand, the mixture melts and forms a sticky mass similar to dough. This is the basis for the production of bricks. Each lump of the mixture is weighed by hand. Workers say that its smell is somewhat similar to the smell of new asphalt on a hot day. For the production of one brick is used 1 kilogram 300 grams of the mixture. Such a hydraulic press can compress 9 bricks at a time. It really is a bit like making cookies. By the time of excavation, the bricks must cool down so that they could solidify at room temperature. In order for the bricks to harden faster, they are placed in a container with water. After 3 to 5 minutes, the finished product is obtained. Many bricks come out of the press with uneven edges. The worker breaks them off on a large stone before then laying ready-made bricks in a pile. At the moment, Genge's performance is quite modest. So far they have 3 briquette machines. Today the enterprise produces only 1,500 briquettes per day, but Nzambi dreams of increasing his production. As long as this number of bricks is enough to cover just a courtyard, like in this community center. Most of her clients are locals, including her mother, who is also an entrepreneur. She just started a laying hen business in the backyard. Nzambi's first experiments with plastics took place here. Rubbish. Now her bricks cover the entire driveway. Many consumers have already appreciated this brick. They believe that its price is cheaper and more affordable compared to other materials used to make sidewalks. Genge paving stones come in a variety of colors including red, blue, brown and green. The laid paving stones have already been tested more than once and have shown which can withstand twice the load. Concrete blocks, it is more durable and easier to transportation. Produced as heavy pavers for roads and parking lots, and light paving stones for sidewalks and small yards where there is no movement of heavy equipment. Genge Makers has created more than 100 direct and indirect jobs through plastic recycling, helping people means of subsistence.
Such a pallet with 400 plastic paving stones can be sold up to $150, depending on thickness. The company says it's about 25% cheaper. than concrete bricks. At the same time, plastic bricks are stronger than ordinary bricks. 7 times. The point is that plastic by its nature is polymerase, that is, it looks like a thread, and there are no pocket holes, which makes it less brittle compared to with concrete. For this reason, it is very difficult to break it. And although today bricks are used only for paths in small households, and Zombie wants to work with major construction companies in almost every sample of our food, drinking water, and the air we breathe. It is even inside our body. However, plastic roads are cheaper, mostly because less asphalt is required to cover them. However, some experts say that these innovations can increase the amount of plastic thrown away into the environment. After all, the roads are subject to constant abrasion because they drive all the time. Therefore, roads are, in fact, the main or part of the road made of plastic. This will lead to even more its abrasion. The amount of microplastics released into the environment will increase significantly. In recent years, researchers have discovered microplastics. Every day, dozens of cars bring plastic waste. There are more and more of them. Today, the landfill area is more than 12 hectares, which is equal to 22 football fields. Every day, hundreds of garbage pickers roam the rancid. Turning trash into pavement is an idea that is already settled in other countries. So, builders in India have been mixing small amounts of plastic waste into asphalt, making new roads a stronger and more durable source of microplastics entering the environment. Even on ordinary asphalt roads, the paints used for drawing lines contain plastic. It is the fastest worn out by vehicle tires every time they move along the roads. Now imagine that if the entire and then, if this plastic is not used in any way, otherwise he will end up in such places like Dandora, Nairobi's only official landfill. The landfill was completely full 20 years ago, but the garbage continues to do. The company intends to produce covers for water hatches, roof tiles, as well as various drainage gutters. And Zombie aims to improve and optimize technology production. In her opinion, what is produced today is only start. Such rivers are simply choking on plastic. They form an unsinkable foundation of debris. It is hazardous to the health of all those who live here. Kenya simply lacks the infrastructure to solve the problem of waste recycling garbage by sifting plastic waste, which will then turn into useful bricks. The company receives part of the plastic free of charge from packaging factories. Amos Wemania, environmental activist and a renewable energy consultant, says that in the poorest areas of Nairobi, there are no sanitary services. Many people throw garbage into rivers or just burn it up to 750 tons every day. In some rivers there is so much garbage that you can walk freely. However, this did not prevent the American oil lobbyists to propose a trade deal to export millions tons of plastic waste to Kenya. In 2019 alone, the United States exported more than 450,000 to 96 countries tons of plastic waste, including to Kenya. But Kenya can't handle its own waste, not to mention waste from the U.S. And Zombie knows that her invention will not help to cope with such a big pile of rubbish. Today, her factory processes only about 50 tons so far. Make your business break even. Its motto is to make its products stronger, lighter and more affordable. Despite everything, she continues to expand her business. Although, in fact, the state should pay her for that she recycles waste per year, but Nairobi produces 6 times more plastic waste every day. However, Zombie believes that her work will help move deadlock problem. She wants to increase production to 4,500 briquettes per day, and the company employs only 20 people, almost all of them less than 30 years old. Kenyan startup Genj Makers wins Young Champions of the Earth 2020 inches from the United Nations program, Environment Nations, wherein Zombie Mati became one out of 7 winners. She was awarded $10,000. Engineer and the only selected African woman attracted the attention of UNEP. In conclusion, it is important to note that the final decision ways to recycle the 8.3 billion tons of plastic that already on the planet. The faster, smarter and safer this can be done, the better. That's all. If you like this video, please like and subscribe to the channel. See you again. Plastic problem in the world, there would be a complete cessation production of new plastics. But recycling and reuse is still play a vital role in the transition to an economy closed loop. After all, people need to find